Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome to the Learn English Network live chat. This is Lynn, and it's a very, very, very cold but sunny day here in Germany, so it's all good. And I'd just like to thank our sponsors, Teacher Karen from Live English Training and Multilingua, the English language school in Malta, without which we probably wouldn't be able to run all these sessions and do all these activities because I'd be having to do more earning money. So thank you. And let's see what's been going on live chat this week. So the bad news is there was no comeback from any Americans out there about Charlotte's question on what American university to study at, but a couple of good points were made, one by Amatsu Scribbler. What's wrong with England? Only joking, Charlotte. And if you're listening, which is, you never came back to the question anyway, so you've probably gone off to another place. And it's funny that seems to be how the internet works, the interwebby thingy. Everybody likes to do their own thing nowadays, have their own page, have their own websites, have their own blogs. But honestly, guys, yeah, come and join the network, and you might find it's quite nice to work together with other people too. Collaboration, the name of the game. Until then, you're stuck with us lot, who will do what we can when we can. And another little recap from last week where Spanish had gone, I don't know how this works. We got a little reply saying, okay, I'm starting to understand how this section works. Which was so unclear for me, but I still has a doubt. The comments that Lynn posted in this live chat, then I suppose she erased them every week after doing the record, because I can't find in this section what she reads in the audio file. Maybe the comments are posted in other section. More light, plus. Okay, so Spanish. Okay, I'm starting to understand how this section works, which was unclear for me at first, or which was unclear to me at first. So which is W-H-I-C-H. And then a comma, but I still have doubts about the comments that Lynn has posted in live chat. I don't post that many comments, to be honest, Spanish. I usually just respond to you guys, but I'll sometimes jump in and say something just because I can't help myself. Okay, full stop. I suppose she erases them every week after doing the recording, or after making the recording, because I can't find in this section what she reads in the audio file. Maybe, one word, maybe. The comments are posted in another section. More light, please. Please. Okay. Oana replied, I wanted to answer you, but Zeb was faster than me. Anyway, Zeb explained it better, rather than Zeb was better to explain it. So Zeb explained by saying, nothing has been erased or deleted so far. Written comments remain, but they sink. You have to click on load more comments to make them buoyant. As for the recordings, as for the recordings, they, plural. They are all on Spreaker at this address, blah de blah de blah. Click on tracks if you want to see all of them. That is true, Zeb, you're quite right. Thank you for responding to Spanish. They're also on YouTube, because Spreaker, I can only store so many tracks, and then I'll run out of space because you have to pay for this recording and for the space you use up on Spreaker beyond a certain amount. The free account is there, but it wouldn't cover live chat, I'm afraid. So yes, another thing that we use the money from our sponsors for. So what I do is I also load them into YouTube, and their lovely Google lets them sit forever until one day they decide they're not going to. But at the moment, all the previous live chat sessions are also on YouTube. Spanish replied, really helps, thanks both of you. Oh no, he doesn't, he says really helps. Really? Who's really? Okay, what I would say, Spanish, is that really helps, which is R-E-A-L-L-Y. Okay, that really helps, thanks both of you. From the beginning, I knew I'll need a gig lamp to understand all this. Okay, I think you mean from the beginning I knew, two separate words, I would need a big lamp Or is there such a thing as a gig lamp? I don't know, but I think you meant a big lamp to understand all this. Now I'll try to become regular in the forum. Okay, now I'll try to become a regular in the forum. Okay, you don't want to talk about being regular, honestly. I'll tell you one day in a voice-to-voice chat on Kitely if you do. I'm not going to explain why on this recording because that would be forever on the internet. I'm just not doing it, okay? But suffice to say, you don't want to talk about whether you're regular or not. I really enjoy trying to meet and chat with people in English. So I really enjoy meeting and chatting with people, WITH, in English, capital E for English, Spanish. Zeb then said, start a new topic or conversation when you feel like it. I'm quite a talker at times. You are indeed, Zeb. Thank goodness. Honestly, without people like Zeb, where would we be? Then P. Diaz San Emeterio came along and said, hey, I have a question regarding to a research report. Any of you can help me, please? Cheers. Okay, so P. Diaz, hi, not hey. Hey is like, yeah, watch out, that piano is going to fall on your head. Just hi or hello. I have a question regarding a research report. Can any of you help me, please? Cheers. Science said, hi there, are you a scientist? How can I help you? Yay. There's a clue in his name, by the way. And I said, it depends on what the research is and what the question is. Can you tell I've been doing this for a long time? You know, back in the day, 1999, I would have gone, yes, of course I can help you. Since then I've learnt, it depends. Okay. Took me 15 years to learn it, but there you go. So, P. Diaz never came back to us, so this research report can't have been that important, can it? Then Sergio popped in, and Sergio said, hello, I am Spanish, and I am looking for someone for write ourselves in English and Spanish. Okay, so Sergio, hello, capital H, I, capital I, Spanish, capital S, and I, capital I, am looking, Looking, for someone as a pen friend. We could write to each other in English and Spanish. English capital E, Spanish capital S, full stop. So write to each other if you're pen friends. So what you're really looking for is a writing partner who wants to learn Spanish. Okay. I went, Zeb replied first and said, hi Sergio, I could be your pen friend. I am learning Spanish. Perfect, Zeb. And I replied, there you go, Sergio, your wish has come true. Check Tuesday's live chat for a couple of corrections. Ditto. So hopefully you're listening to this, Sergio, and hopefully you replied to Zeb and you've set up a nice pen friendship. Is that what you call it? Pen friendship? I guess so. If not, poor Zeb sat there waiting desperately for someone who's a Spanish speaker to go into her blog, correct her posts, give her feedback, maybe meet up in Kitely to chat. I know you've got somebody who's helping you at the moment, Zeb, but the more the merrier. So any Spanish speakers out there, get in touch with Zeb and arrange to help her with her Spanish, because goodness knows she helps everybody with their English enough. So Zeb then started a little chat called Middle Names. And this is always scary when I read this. I've just listened to News Roundup 73. Do you mean people are listening? Oh dear. And was surprised to hear that middle names are something new in the UK. It's not true for Amatsu and her sisters, though, as she said they have two middle names. Yeah, they go into fashion and they go out. They come into fashion and they go out of fashion. So they're back in fashion, really. I guess these things change depending on what's trendy at the time. It usually depends nowadays on what film stars and pop stars are naming their children, which can be disastrous for the children of a generation. How many John Pauls and Ringos were there in the 60s, I wonder? And Zev continued. In France, it's quite common to have two middle names, but we don't like to use them. They are usually old names, names of our great-grandparents or uncles or aunts. My two middle names are Huguette and Yolanda. Oh, they're lovely. In Australia, when they got to know it, it definitely qualified me for being described as posh. Ah, okay. In Australia, when they found out about it, it qualified me as being posh. It qualified me as posh. It was no good for me. Not at all. Yeah, but that's what we call reverse snobbery. Zeb, by the way. I mean, reverse snobbery. It's just as bad as snobbery. So being called posh is as bad as calling other people slobs. Oana came back and said, "It's nice to know your middle names. I like more Yolanda." So you'd say, "I like Yolanda more." In Romania, is usual to have a middle name, but like you said, we don't use it. Okay, in Romania, it is usual to have a middle name, but as you said, we don't use it. Usually this middle name is a name of a saint. Okay, usually this middle name is the name of a saint. Mine, Oana, is a derivative of Saint John. It's celebrated on January the 7th. To be honest, I like when the people call me on the middle name, Oana. Okay, so, to be honest, I like it when people call me by my middle name, Oana. Which is just as well, Oana, because that's what I call you. Okay. Zeb replied, "Because in France, middle names always follow your first name." First name is 2 words, by the way. "I thought that Oana was your first name." Okay, first name, I think it's just a spelling mistake, but again, 2 words, and Name, not your middle name. "My middle names are just for official papers, ID card, driving license, etc." And Oana replied, "Must to be in this way, but my mum has changed the order of my names, or maybe you are right and Karina is my middle name. But since I was born, everyone called me Karina, not Oana." Okay, it must be this way, but my mum changed the order of my names, or maybe you're right and Karina is my middle name. However, since I was born, everyone has called me Karina and not Oana. Then you said, "I would liked that everyone called me Oana." Okay, I would have liked it if everyone had called me Oana. Fortunately, I have you all here. Here for you all, I am Oana, and I like that. Good. Excellent. Okay, so then Oana carried on saying, "In Romania, the middle name is a saint name, like I've just said, but nobody is called on that name. Everyone put in order as it could sound more nice. I hope that you can understand what I want to say." Let's see if I can understand what you wanted to say. Oana, "In Romania, the middle name is usually a saint's name, as I just said, but nobody is called by that name. Everyone puts their name in the order that sounds nicer. I hope that you can understand what I want to say. I hope I've understood what you wanted to say, Oana. If I haven't, let me know." Then Zeb said, You're not the first one I know whose parents use their kid middle name in everyday life. In everyday life. Ooh, okay, every day. One of the most common mistakes. So, you're not the first person I've met whose parents use their kid's middle name in everyday life. And here, every day is 1 word. You do something every day, 2 words, but if it's an everyday thing, like everyday life, it's 1 word. "Hilton is the middle name of a friend of mine. His first name is William, but his parents have always called him Hilton. He grew up as Hilton. 4 years ago he decided to go by William. For me, he is William." But it was quite confusing at the beginning, as everyone who got to know him before calls him Hilton. Okay, so very good post. I'm completely confused about whether his name's William or Hilton. I presume you call him William, and his parents called him Hilton, and he grew up as Hilton, but he decided to become a William. And he is William to you, but to everybody else, he's Hilton. Wow. He sounds confused. And then Oana responded, "So, could I be Oana by now for everyone who I will meet for the first time?" So, Oana. So, with a small c, could I be Oana from now, and everyone who I meet for the first time will call me Oana? I like Oana. I like more Oana. We like more Oana, but we like Oana more, the name. If there was more of you, there'd be more Oana. But if you were called more by your name, Oana, then you would like Oana more. Do you get what I mean? Anyway, maybe it would be clearer if you said, "I like the name Oana more." How do you prefer to call me? What would you prefer to call me? Okay, and Zeb said, "I got to know you as Oana, so I'll keep using it. I think that you decide the name you want to go by. You said that Oana is celebrated on January 7th. Do people do anything special on your name day? And Oana responded, here's everything you could know about this holiday. Okay, here's everything you might want to know about this holiday. I couldn't explain you better that they are doing. Okay, I couldn't explain it to you better than they have done. And she gave a link to exploringromania. And carrying on from that, I can only presume Zeb went to that website and had a look at it and said, she responded, does it mean that both Santion and Oana are Romanian names for John? Is it still true that the first boy in a family is named John? And Oana came back and said, Oana is derived from Ioana, that means the name feminine of John. Okay, Ioana, which is the feminine name of John. Probably Joan is the feminine name of John in English. But about Santion, I never heard this name. But I have never heard the name Santion. Actually, the tradition is no longer as in older times. Actually, these traditions are no longer as in older times. Now John is more rarely used. John isn't used very often anymore. Then Zeb went the English name, and Oana said the English name of Ioana, I think that it is Joanna. Okay, the English name of Ioana, I think Joanna is the English name for Ioana. And Zeb replied, what are popular names in Romania? And Oana said, actually we use also the foreign names. Okay, so you'd say, actually we also use foreign names. I'm not so keen on the name foreign. Names from other countries. And my daughter's name is Sarah, Maria Sarah. And the popular names in Romania are for boys. Okay, the popular names for boys in Romania are Andrei, Andrew, David, Stefan, Florin, Mihai, and for girls, Anna Maria, Maria, Sarah, Andrea, Iona, Ioana, Elena. The list could continue. What about France? I have to confess, for the first time here on chat, I wasn't being sure if you are a woman or a woman of a man. Okay, I have to confess for the first time here on chat. I have to confess that during my first time here on chat, I wasn't sure if you were a woman or a man. I have discovered it after a little while. Maybe I'm not the only one, but I hope that I don't offend you with that. To be honest, I don't know so many names from France. Sorry for that. Tell me about names from France. And Zeb went, I had to Google for French popular names. For boys in 2010, they were Nathan, Lucas, Enzo, Leo, Louis. And for girls, the top five were Emma, Leah, Chloe, Manon, and Inez. Okay, nice. And that's it for names for now. Because Oana started a new topic. Who is ready for this night? I hope that my kids are. And it was about the night of St. Nicholas. And she then went on to say, do you wait so impatient this night like when you were kids? Okay. Do you wait impatiently for this night like when you were kids? I remember with a great pleasure this night when Father Nicholas put presents in the boots cleaned and me, my sister and my brother running to see what he brought us. Okay, so I remember with great pleasure this night when Father Nicholas would put presents in the boots we had cleaned, and me, my sister and my brother would run to see what he had brought us. We were happy for everything, even if it was only some candies. Okay. We were happy, we were grateful for everything, or we were happy to see anything, even if it was only some candies. Yeah. It was a very happy time because we were together and because we were kids. Perfect. Zeb responded, they celebrate it in the east part of France. There is a traditional biscuit associated with St. Nicholas, a cinnamon biscuit. And I replied, we don't really celebrate this in the UK. Santa Claus comes down the chimney on Christmas Eve. The first year we were here, hubby was very surprised when he found a pack of little biscuits on his desk. When I say here, of course, I mean Germany, okay? Because they do celebrate Nikolaus Tag in Germany, St. Nicholas Day in Germany, and the kids, yeah, they even put their shoes outside, which to me would be silly because it's very cold out there. I don't want cold shoes in the morning. But it's all good. I guess it's a nice way of expanding the Christmas season. Zeb continued by saying, talking about celebrations in December, it makes me think of Lucy's Day, which is celebrated on December 13th. It's a big celebration in Sweden, and it's linked to light. I don't know what it is exactly, just that girls dress themselves as Lucy. They get around on a white dress and a crown of candles on their head. Okay, so this bit would be, I don't know what it is exactly, just that girls dress up as Lucy and they go around in a white dress with a crown of candles on their head. Swedish people who live in Paris celebrate it. There is a traditional biscuit linked to St. Lucia too, but I can't remember what it is. And I replied, I'd never heard of St. Lucia Day. It seems to be another festival of light, which I love. The French seem to like their biscuits. Do you bake them yourselves or buy them? I only ask because in Germany, Plätzchen, little spicy biscuits, are really popular, but people prefer the homemade ones to the shop-bought ones. Zeb replied, I don't eat many biscuits anymore. My sense of taste has changed. I now prefer salty food. And I was very naughty here. I couldn't resist it because I said, I think that might be a sign of old age. Ruffle. Sorry, Zeb. And then Zeb replied, ha ha ha, I don't like your sense of humour. I can see her face when she said this. I don't like your sense of humour. And Zeb then said, I think that with old age we might lose a sense of taste, but not switch from sweet to salt. I think we better leave that one there. So, Madab Candle then came along and said hello. I said hello, hi Madab. And Amatsu said, hello Madab, welcome to the network. And Madab never came back. We are so scary here. Then Nenu said, hi, I need to talk with someone to improve my English skills. Okay, so hi, one I. Okay, H-I. I with capital I in I need to talk with someone to improve my English with a capital E skills, full stop. I said, hey Nanu, welcome to the network. We get to go together to talk online. You're welcome to join us. And Nanu said, yes, when we can talk together. Now? No! I'm sorry guys, I do actually have a life too. I can't just jump on to talk to you, but we do have a calendar with all the sessions. So, Nanu, you'd say, yes please, when can we talk together? Question mark, one question mark by the way, no need for an exclamation mark, and then capital N, now, question mark. Okay. I replied, I'll be in Kitely in an hour. You might have enough time to download the software and get it working. And I gave the link to the Kitely site, to the Kitely page. It might be easier for you to join us tomorrow on Skype, but you will need to join the forum first. And I gave a link to the forum. And Enenu said, okay, I will download now. But about the second point, which forum I need to join it. Okay, so, okay. Either capital O, capital K, or OKAY. Capital I, will download the software now, I think was what you meant to say. So, the software now, comma. But about the second point, comma, which forum do I need to join? And Zeb replied, hi Nanu, if you click on the second link that Lynn, your teacher, provided, it displays a page where there is a link, LEN forum, to the forum. Thank you Zeb. And I replied, as Zeb says, the link is on the page, but here you go. And I gave the link to the forum because I must have been in a very good mood that day. And Science started a topic about topics. Science said, hi Live Chat, what will be the topic of this week? And at first, Zeb responded with Awana started a conversation about St. Nicholas, which is celebrated on December 6th, and there is another one about middle names. But I was very naughty, and I responded old age, just for Zeb. Science liked that idea. I wonder why. Great idea. We can ask her, what does cartilage mean for you? Droopy nose or big ears? And Zeb went, if we keep rambling on old age, we will definitely zero in old age. I leave it to you. So, what you wanted to say, Zeb, was if we keep rambling on about old age, we will definitely zero in on old age. I leave it to you. I leave it up to you, you could say as well. Science said, "Ha ha, I think that it is a sensitive topic for you, isn't it? I am still young and I hope to become older as soon as possible, LOL." And then Zeb said, until last Thursday, I never had to talk about old age or acknowledge that my body is gradually becoming like a derelict house. Why is it happening now? Ouch! And Science said, unfortunately, but it is the reality. You have to admit it and to enjoy your second life. Okay, Science, it would be unfortunate, but it is reality. You have to admit it and enjoy your second life. And then Zeb said, anyway, I have a question for you, Science. Will I lose my sense of taste as I grow older? And Science responded, it depends on your... My favourite answer, LOL. People are stealing my favourite answer. It depends. And then he explained, as we become older, our sense of taste decreases. This loss of taste is often relates directly to a loss of smell, as the two senses are closely connected. Okay, this loss of taste is often related directly to a loss of smell, as the two senses are closely connected. The nerves that send taste signals to the brain naturally degenerate, as do our taste buds. This reduced sense of taste is called hypogeusia. I'm not sure if I've said that correctly. We can avoid such health problems by changing our bad habits, such as smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol. And Zeb responded, sweet, sour, salt and bitter, which taste buds degenerate first? Do you know it, Science? And Science said, sorry, I don't have any idea about that. By the way, which one did you lose or you feel that it became weak? So you'd say, sorry, I don't know. I don't have any idea about that. Just sorry, I don't know. Keep it simple, yeah? By the way, which one have you lost or feel that has become weak? None, said Zeb. And then, now this thread sort of jumps around a bit, so there was also a response to one of Zeb's posts about St. Nicholas, which is celebrated, blah blah. Science said, sorry grandmother, wow grandmother, I didn't pay attention for that. I didn't pay attention to that. Just be kind to my poor old eyes, LOL. However, I have anything to say about St. Nicholas celebrations and middle names because we haven't such kinds of stuff. I think talking about old age will be funnier. What do you think? Okay, you could say Science. However, I don't have anything to say about St. Nicholas celebrations or middle names because we don't have this kind of stuff. I think talking about old age will be funnier. What do you think? And Matsu said, I'm confused. Does that come with old age? And Zeb said, I don't think so. Science seems to be mixing different discussions that are not linked together. Science said, not at all. I meant what I said. Of course. Do you have any doubt about that? I'm always full of doubts, said Zeb. It's up to you, said Science. You can trust live chat, but not the internet. And Zeb said, what does it mean to trust live chat? And Science said, you shouldn't have any doubt when you're in live chat. And Zeb replied, I'm afraid I like too much asking questions. Ooh, ouch. That was another little electric shock. I'm afraid I like asking questions too much, Zeb. Spanish Survivor jumped in and said, I don't know if it relates to the subject of this conversation, but this year I'm not going to ask for any presents to St. Nicholas. Maybe I'm getting old. Okay, so I don't know if it relates to the subject of this conversation, and don't should be DON apostrophe T, otherwise it says don't. I'm not sure if there's such a word as don't, but to get that correct pronunciation you need don't with the apostrophe. But this year I'm not going to ask for any presents from St. Nicholas. You give a present to someone, you get a present from someone. Maybe is one word, not may be. Maybe I'm getting old, and I've lost the fancy for these things. Okay, and I've lost the fancy for these things. Then again, maybe, but no, maybe, one word. I don't believe in Santa anymore. Wash your mouth out with soap. And any more is two words. Okay, any more. Or, so comma, or maybe one word. I have the money and prefer to buy my own presents. But that's not a present. You can't give a present to yourself. That's just consuming. Anyhow, I responded to Spanish. Can I take it from this that you've been asking for every year up to now? There's hope for you yet. And Zeb replied, or you just accept when someone offers to you without you having asked for anything. So, Zeb, you'd say, or you just accept when someone offers you something without having to ask for anything. Science responded, no worries, we have to ask more and more questions to keep the conversation going. Absolutely. That's what conversations are about, by the way, and don't think to control conversations. They're not topics, okay? So when you ask for topics, that's not a conversation. That's just a monologue. Conversations flow and they survive. Anyhow, I responded to I responded to Zeb's why is it happening now, ouch, too, but shouldn't we run laughing and singing into the warm embrace of old age? And Zeb laughed at me and said, how come? I don't seem to comprehend what you're saying. And Science went, she means that we become wiser. Am I right? Spot on, Science. And Zeb went, but why do we need to run? Which Science responded to by saying, because it depends on your ability to do that. Not all aging people are able to run and sing. We hope you're able to do it right now. And I responded, run while you can. And Zeb said, you do with what you have, and it doesn't mean that you'll be miserable. Not one little bit. I'm not sure what you meant by you do with what you have. Work with what you have, maybe? Spanish said, I'm sure while you keep trying to run and sing, you're much younger than other people who forget it years ago. And then, So, I'm sure while you keep trying to run and to sing, you are much younger than other people, P-E-O-P-L-E, who forgot years ago. And for me, Spanish went on, it's a pleasure to run and to sing with people younger than me, even though I know I'm in a different stage of life. So, and for me, it's IT''S. It's short, so you need the apostrophe. It's a pleasure to run and to sing with people younger than me, even though I'm in a different stage of life. So it's double F in different, DIFFERENT. And I replied, I think it's good for young people to see older people running and singing with them. It makes them less fearful of the first grey hairs. We need to set a good example that old age, which is still inevitable, is something to aspire to, not dread. And Zeb replied to Spanish Survivor, what is great about the internet is that there are many interactions without age entering in the picture. The internet is a bit like a fountain of youth. That's true, you can pretend to be younger than you are. Is that what you're doing, Zeb? Zeb responded, I prefer to fly, and I'll be back up in the air soon. Yay! And Science went, hey, stop dreaming and be realistic. And Zeb went, I'll be at the Great Eastern Fly-In at Evans Head in January. Have you ever done underwing camping? And I was like, but I said, I can honestly say I had no idea what you were talking about, Zeb. Is this the sort of thing? And I replied with a link. Oh, you could also ask Zeb, you could also say, have you ever been underwing camp? I can honestly say, no, I haven't. So then Xenia came along and said, hi, how is it going? And Zeb replied, it's going well, although the weekend is almost over, but my holiday is just around the corner too. Big smiley from Zeb. And Oana said, hi Xenia, how are you? Where are you from? I'm Oana and I come from Romania. Nice to meet you and be welcome on the network. So it's be better to say, Oana, nice to meet you, welcome to the network. Two separate sentences. Then I don't think Xenia came back, but we had a nice little conversation anyway, because I responded to Zeb saying, holidays, yay, which reminds me, I must set the calendar. Zeb responded, suddenly you sound like a kid. Are you growing that old? Science went, only old people think that the others are still young and not mature enough to understand them. And Zeb responded, "It just made me think of the monologue, All the World's a Stage, the second childhood, which I'd put up on the English magazine." Anyhow, I responded to Zeb by saying, "Old enough that I deserve a second childhood." Zeb went, "Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything." Science went, "My life is all a childhood period. Science taught me that we will not be able to understand the world around us, whatever our ages or our levels. Children's curiosity is the main key of understanding science." Okay, main key to understanding science. And Zeb responded, "As long as you're not insouciant as a scientist." Oh, nice word. A French person using French English words in an English forum. I like it. Then Science went, "Sorry, grandmother, you didn't get what I mean. Ruffle." Oh, I see where this grandmother came. So, sorry with a capital S. You didn't get what I meant. Ruffle. "Of course, kid," said Zeb. And then Spanish came in and said, "I remembered a phrase of a song who speaks about this and says, 'Let the baby who is inside of you be born again.' So I remembered. It's an M. Remembered. A phrase from a song that speaks about this. It's a song, it's not a who. The singer is a who, the song is a that or a which, okay? So of a song which speaks about this, or a song that speaks about this. Then Zeb said, "When I think of babies, nappies, sleepless night cries, etc. come to mind." Okay, when I think of babies, nappies, sleepless nights, crying, etc. comes to mind. I don't think I want to wake him up. But the kid inside me, yes, you're more than welcome, kid. And I responded, "I'm with Zeb. I'm not sure I'd want to let the baby inside me out. But I'm not sure I'd want to let the baby inside me out, is what I wanted to say. But as a fully paid up member of the Kidult Club, I'm happy to be silly any time." And I think anybody who's been to our sessions knows this. Xenia did come back, but he or she wrote, "It's the first time I use this website to chat. That's why I don't know how it works. Up to now, it's becoming quite complicated." Okay, so, it's okay. You can say, but it would just be HMM, really. Too many M's there. So then you'd say, "This is the first time I have used this website to chat, which is why I don't know, KNOW, how it works. Up to now, it's been quite complicated." It's not complicated, honestly. It's a network, so it's more than one thing, okay? And the network is pretty much whatever you want it to be. So that's all I'll say on that. So I went, "Hi Xenia, it's quite simple really." And it is, honestly. And then Deepak said, "Hi, this side Deepak." And I'm not sure what you meant, Deepak. So, hi with a capital H, I am Deepak. And Deepak with a capital D and then a full stop. This side, I responded, "Hi Deepak, what side are you on? Do we have to take sides?" And I'm just going to pop over to Grammar Chat. That was the end of Live Chat, but we've got a couple of comments on Grammar Chat. So what the heck, it's part of Live Chat, sort of. It's just my way of separating off grammar so people don't get scared or bogged down with discussing all those nitty-gritty grammar rules that really don't matter, because if you haven't got a feeling for the language, grammar rules won't help you. Anyhow, Tanaz said, "Hi, I'm Tanaz, I'm from Iran. I want to study English, so I decide to go to the class, but I would like to speak with foreign friends. Please help me, thanks a lot." Okay, so Tanaz, it'd be hi, capital H, one I, and then I'm, capital I, apostrophe M, Tanaz with a capital T, again I'm, capital I, apostrophe M, from Iran, capital I. I want to study English, so capital I, want to study English with a capital E, comma, so I decided to go to a class, but I would like to speak with foreign friends, so capital I. Foreign friends? Who's foreign? I always say this. I'm not. Well, I am foreign because I'm sitting in Germany and I'm British, but really, foreign has no meaning on the internet anymore. Thank goodness. I've loved to get rid of that word from the dictionary. Let's strike it out now. I'd like to speak with friends. Please help me. Thanks a lot. capital P, full stop, thanks, THANKS, a lot, perfect, full stop. Hi Tanaz, I said, what do you think of English grammar? Eduardo hates it. Now the reason I said that, Tanaz, is this is the page to chat about English grammar. If you want to do chit chat, go to the forum or go to the live chat page if you're not a forum type person. But we have got badges on the forum. You're more than welcome. But really, if you want to chat about grammar, this is the page to do it on. DNSNC said, I have not been feeling well all day and I'm very sorry. Is the and am very correct? Okay, so that's more giving corrections, which I do in live chat. Okay, so maybe post this in live chat too. It's not really about grammar, it's about sentence construction, which is kind of grammar, but it's not about the rules of grammar. I responded, are you apologising for feeling unwell? If you are, I would say, I'm sorry, I haven't been feeling very well all day. I like to get my apology in first. If you're feeling sorry for yourself, I would say, I've not been feeling well all day and I'm feeling very sorry for myself. So I hope that helped, the NSNC. Sagar Parek came and said, how to learn English easily and within short time. So, how to learn English easily. How can I learn English easily and within a short time? English, capital E, how, beginning of a sentence, capital H. It's a question, end it with a question mark. And I wrote, you're probably in the wrong place here, Sagar. I think it's easy to learn English, but we tend to take our time. Okay. Learning English is like any language, dead easy if you use it. Learning depends on how far you want to go. Speed depends on how quickly you learn and how much time you can commit to it. So there are websites out there who'll promise you that you'll be able to learn it very quickly. Give them a go if you believe it. But here we like to do it slow-mo. We're not fast food English. We're slow cooking English, okay? Then Kunka came along, Kunka Petrova, and said, hi, I am Kunka from Bulgaria and I want to learn English quickly. It is possible? Okay, so you'd say, Kunka, hi, I, capital I, am Kunka, capital K, because it's your name, from Bulgaria. Perfect, you capitalise Bulgaria. And comma, and I want to learn English quickly. Okay, I, capital I, and I want to do that. I want to learn English, capital E, quickly. And then you could say, is it possible? And I responded, if you have lots of time, you can. If you have lots of time, you can do it. But what exactly do you mean by learn English? How long would it take me to learn Bulgarian? Okay, so Kunka, I'm waiting to come back to me, but maybe they'll come back to me. I don't know. But this, how long will it take me? It's how long is a piece of string, okay? It depends. There you are. My favourite question, 15 years on, after starting this. It depends. Anybody who doesn't say that to you is probably not being very truthful, but it's not as difficult as people make. Some people make it out to be difficult, so that you'll basically pay them lots of money in order to do it. Some people tell you it will be easy in order that you'll pay them lots of money or lots of attention to be able to do it, maybe. I don't get that. It is what it is, and it will take as long as it takes. But as long as you have fun doing it, it won't seem quite as long as it used to when you were sitting at school in your lessons. Don't you wish you could go back to that child now, whack it round the back of the head and say, pay attention, you're going to need this later. Unfortunately, we can't do that until somebody invents a time machine. So you'll have to wake up as adults and think, damn, I wish I'd paid attention in English class. Or, oh no, I wish we'd had English class when I was at school. But don't regret it, yeah? Just have fun and time will fly and you'll go, my goodness, that was easy, that was fun. I'll do it again. I'll start learning another language, I hope. And that's it for this week on Live Chat. Sorry, I rambled on a bit there. I do get a bit passionate about this, you know. I hope you enjoyed listening. So this week you'll need to go to Live Chat and you'll also need to go to the Chat About Grammar page on the website if you want to read along as you listen. And if you don't have to read along as you listen, brilliant. It means you're getting used to my voice, you're getting used to the speed I'm talking at, and it's all good. And a big thank you to everybody who's taken part, who've actually been active. Otherwise I'd be sat here with nothing to read. Oh yeah, big thumbs up to you guys. Take care and This will be the last, probably the last live chat until 2014, because I'm going to be on Christmas break. If I can grab hold of somebody's microphone somewhere with a big enough, fast enough internet connection, I might be able to pop one in the meantime, but I'm not promising. If you look at the calendar, you'll see that I'm on a break, and so everything will be sort of be up in the air. But I'll be around, just not can't commit to a particular time to be online. Okay, so I hope you all have a very happy break, and if you're celebrating the festive season, I hope it's fabulous. If you haven't asked St. Nicholas for anything, it's okay. Just make sure, after years of getting what you asked for from St. Nicholas, that you give somebody else what they ask from St. Nicholas. That's what kind of happens, by the way. That's part of growing up. Instead of asking, you start handing out instead. You become Santa. Whiskers and all. And on that note, bye.